Hi guys. Well, we're here through the rest of the semester, so we'll just go ahead and make the most of it. Hopefully, you saw my message on Classroom, but just so you know, your annotations won't be turned in this year. You still have to do all the reading because you're going to be doing the questions. You're going to be doing a Socratic seminar, and possibly your final will be on this as well. But a written final. But the annotations won't be turned in. So what I will be doing though is if you have the annotations going into your senior year, and your annotations are at least a 90%. So you would have gotten a 90% or higher on them, then what I'll do is I'll up your grade at the end of that semester by 1%. So it's smart to still do it. They're really important because you can use this book. It's so thematically rich that you can use it on so many of the AP prompts. So it's a really good one to have annotated and understood. Okay, so we're starting with chapter 7, Cosette side by side with the unknown man in the dark. Remember, there was a guy that took the bucket from her because she had to go get water. Cosette, we have said, was not afraid. The man spoke to her. His voice was serious and almost a whisper. "My child, that's very heavy for you, what you're carrying there." Cosette raised her head and answered, "Yes, it is, monsieur." "Give it to me," the man continued. "I'll carry it for you." Cosette let go of the bucket. The man walked along with her. "It certainly is very heavy," he said to himself. Then he added, "Little girl, how old are you?" "8, monsieur." "And have you come a long way like this?" "From the spring in the woods." "And are you going far?" "A good quarter of an hour from here." For a moment the man did not speak. Then he abruptly said, "Don't you have a mother?" "I don't know," answered the child. Before the man had time to say a word, she added, "I don't think I do. Everyone else does, but I don't have one." And after a pause, she added, "I don't think I ever had one." The man stopped, put the bucket on the ground, stooped down and put his hands on the child's shoulders, trying to look at her and see her face in the darkness. The thin and puny face of Cosette was vaguely outlined in the dim light of the sky. "What is your name?" said the man. "Cosette." It was as though the man had an electric shock. He looked at her again, then letting go of her shoulders, took up the bucket and walked on. A moment after he asked, "Little one, where do you live?" "At Montfermeil, if you know where that is." "Is that where we are headed?" "Yes, monsieur." Another pause, then he began again. "Who sent you out into the woods for water at this time of night?" "Madame Thénardier." The man resumed in a tone of voice intended as casual, though it still trembled oddly. "What does she do, Madame Thénardier?" "She is my mistress," said the child. "She keeps the tavern." "The tavern," said the man. "Well, I'm going there to stay tonight. Show me the way." "We're heading there," said the child. The man walked very fast. Cosette followed him without difficulty. She was no longer tired. From time to time she looked up at this man with a sort of calm and inexpressible confidence. She had never been taught to turn to Providence and pray. However, she felt in her heart something resembling hope and joy, which rose toward the heaven. Okay, so we are going to finish this chapter, and then we're going to be skipping some. A few minutes passed. The man spoke. "Isn't there a servant at Madame Thénardier's?" "No, monsieur." "Are you alone?" "Yes, monsieur." There was another pause. Cosette raised her voice. "I mean, there are 2 little girls." "What little girls?" "Éponine and Zelma." That is the way the child simplified the romantic names dear to the mother. "What are Éponine and Zelma?" "Madame Thénardier's daughters." "And what do they do?" "Oh," said the child, "they have beautiful dolls, things with gold in them, all sorts of things. They play. They have fun." "All day long?" "Yes, monsieur." "And you?" "Me, I work." "All day long?" The child raised her large eyes, whose tears could not be seen in the darkness, and answered softly, "Yes, monsieur." After a pause she went on, "Sometimes when I finish my work, and they're willing, I play too." "What do you play with?" "Anything I can. They leave me alone. But I don't have many toys. Éponine and Zelma won't let me play with their dolls. I only have a little lead sword, no longer than that." The child showed her little finger. "And it doesn't cut?" "Yes, monsieur," said the child. "It cuts lettuce and flies' heads." They reached the village. Cosette guided the stranger through the streets. They passed by the bakery, but Cosette did not think of the bread she was supposed to have brought back. The man had stopped asking her questions, and now stayed mournfully silent. When they passed the church, the man setting all the booths in the street asked Cosette, "So it's fair time here?" "No, monsieur, it's Christmas." As they drew near the tavern, Cosette timidly touched his arm. "Monsieur." "What, my child?" "Here we are near the house." "Well?" "Will you let me take the bucket now?" "Why?" "Because if Madame sees that someone else carried it for me, she will beat me." The man gave her the bucket. A moment later they were in the tavern. Okay, and then we'll continue with chapter 8 in just a second.